The bell just rang for Ishii versus Takahashi, and this is a match that I've been very intrigued by just because Ishii just seems like such a killer. I'm curious as to how Takahashi's going to manage to give him a real fight here.
Well, I mean, Takahashi really showed us something in his first tournament bout against Goto, the Intercontinental Champion. And I mean, I said, I think in that match that I was never really going to underestimate Takahashi again. But then you see who he's standing across from: Tomohiro Ishii, the Pitbull, the former never openweight champion, who had a very successful first bout, in his tournament experience. And I think he's looking to go 2-0 here against Takahashi. And I'm not going to tell him he can't do it.
Yeah, starting things off with just a bunch of strikes. Pretty, wow, Takahashi rolls out of the ring, but as I was going to say, pretty typical of Ishii, and nobody can blame him because that's what he does better than anyone else.
Absolutely. I mean, this man's striking ability, his resiliency. I mean, ask Kojima how tough Tomohiro Ishii is. Hell, ask Makabe before him. I mean, Tomohiro Ishii can stand toe-to-toe with the best, and Takahashi's going to have to be at his best if he wants to survive this matchup, let alone win it.
Absolutely. And now Takahashi just kind of playing mind games with Ishii, rolling in and out of the ring, but Ishii outsmarted him on that one, staying out of the ring, faking him out, and kind of meets him on the outside and slams him up against the barricade here.
Yeah. Oh man, that can't feel good on the ribs. But Tomohiro Ishii, he must have been watching Takahashi's matchups prior because we know Takahashi is a fan of creating that space. Oh, but Takahashi caught him there, and I think he just hung his throat on the guardrail. If I'm not mistaken, I couldn't get quite the angle I wanted to because of the camera positioning. But Takahashi, I feel like, just got that desperation maneuver off, and now he's able to create the space that he likes.
And now Cody Hall taking advantage, attacking Ishii while Takahashi has the ref.
Yeah, brilliant maneuvering there by Takahashi. I mean, you can say that it's dubious, you can question it ethically, but from a match standpoint, I mean, take advantage of every opportunity that you have. And Takahashi really selling that Tomohiro Ishii put a beating on him, which isn't hard to do considering just how physical Ishii is.
And now Takahashi mounting Ishii and just laying in the punches. Cody Hall distracting the referee, though.
Yeah, I mean, Bullet Club, I think, realizes how important it is to kind of dominate this tournament, to get an edge in this tournament that isn't just carried by AJ Styles.
Takahashi.
And especially, Takahashi. I mean, here's the thing. I kind of had a little bit of fun with Takahashi. I called him the playboy of the Bullet Club, but I think he really wants to show everybody that he's more than that. I think he started that process by taking Goto to the limit. Imagine the upset, the shockwaves around the world if Takahashi could pin Tomohiro Ishii tonight.
That would be a huge deal. That would be a really big deal, but I think the odds of it happening are very, very slim, which honestly just kind of means that it would be even more of a big deal if it magically did happen.
Exactly. And Ishii, man, tougher than a $2 steak. And Takahashi's going to have to really bring the fight to him. He's doing so right now. But I mean, see, that's the thing. That's slow pace by Takahashi. Like, he really didn't have any sense of urgency. And I advise against it. As you see, Ishii even using his head, trying to get an offensive on Takahashi. And Takahashi, nice forearm there.
Tomohiro Ishii is so tough, he makes a $2 steak look like a medium rare sirloin cut.
Exactly. I mean, they don't get any tougher than the Stone Pitbull. Let's just put it that way. I mean, if this man were to get an IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, which awaits the winner, the exception being if the actual champion, that being Okada, wins and he gets to pick his opponent. But if Ishii were to win this tournament, he would get a World Championship match, and I could very easily see Ishii becoming the Heavyweight Champion of the world.
I love that Stone Pitbull name for Ishii on so many levels. Figure, first of all, just physical appearance wise, Pitbulls and Tomohiro Ishii have in common that they don't have a neck. That's just a thing. Second of all, though, the stone part of Stone Pitbull, to me, it just represents how tough this man is.
Absolutely. And oh, what a boot by Takahashi. I thought
And then,
Ishii was going to mount an offense.
oh wow, beautiful power slam, almost dropped Takahashi onto his head. But as I was saying, then the Pitbull part, that's Ishii's mentality to a T. He is a Pitbull in that ring.
Oh, he will nip at your heels. He will not quit until he has taken you down. And now Ishii is on the offensive. He is in the driver's seat. Forearm chop alternation.
Ishii isn't the heel nipping type. He'll go right after the balls and not let go.
And forget the balls, too. I think Ishii just lunges at the neck, and he doesn't give a damn who knows it.
Yeah, exactly.
This man is all physicality. And
what
a clothesline in the corner.
Clothesline in the corner. Yeah, that looked really stiff.
Now,
That's
could we be seeing a vertical suplex?
Beautiful
Nice.
Suplex, yeah. Let's
Yeah,
not
got
forget Ishii in his first match won it with a brainbuster.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, him and Kojima, very physical matchup, but the Brainbuster kind of cemented it for Ishii. And Ishii looking to build on that momentum. And
And
when you have a 2-0
oh,
record in this
but a
tournament,
boot
oh,
from
what a
Takahashi
boot by
pulls
Takahashi.
Ishii over off the ropes into a nice little single foot drop kick. Very nice. And I think one thing that I really love about Ishii, and it's a one thing on a really long list because he's a brilliant performer, but one other thing is I love that he really makes vertical suplexes and brainbusters look different because there are a lot of guys that barely change up their style between those two moves.
Yeah, I especially take note of that in Japan. You're absolutely right, Ashton, as Takahashi got the near fall there. But
That's actually a problem that I notice in ROH and PWG a lot. Brainbusters and vertical suplexes are basically interchangeable in those companies.
Takahashi, man, I think he really is exploiting the one advantage that he has. Well, I think Takahashi comes into this match with two big advantages. One being the quickness, and two being Cody Hall, obviously, having that influence, which has already paid dividends earlier in the matchup. And now Takahashi going to launch himself into the corner, and another kick right there, man, Takahashi. But if you're Ishii, I mean, imagine if you go 2-0, you're in the same company of the likes of Tanahashi and AJ Styles. I mean, I think it's got to be a big confidence boost. It's a big advantage to be 2-0, and to have Ishii, in that class, I think would be a huge deal for the Stone Pitbull.
And frankly, whether he ends up in that class by technicality or not, I think he belongs mentioned in that class.
Absolutely, and let's see now Takahashi, but I think
Oh.
Ishii's starting to get pissed off. Oh God,
See, when Ishii starts
oh
doing
God.
that, the smart thing to do at that point is just to run away.
Absolutely. And Takahashi's still trying the forms, but Ishii just powering through.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe Takahashi. Oh, God.
One
One forearm.
one
One
forearm
forearm.
sends Takahashi to his ass.
Good God. I don't know how many fights Takahashi's been in at the club or at a
Oh,
bar, but.
Ishii. Oh, but it's Cody
Oh,
Hall,
Cody
the
Hall.
difference
Damn,
maker.
Cody Hall. Takahashi here, but the miscommunication there. Ishii off the ropes. Oh, but he gets hung up. He gets hung up.
Oh my. Takahashi, very, very wily.
Absolutely, and there's a clothesline there. Taking Ishii down, cover. 1, 2,
That
and
was
that's a near
way
fall there.
closer than I thought it would be. Yeah, that was really close.
Man, Takahashi, say what you will, but the guy exploits every advantage he has. He used Cody Hall again. They had a miscommunication. You have to imagine Cody Hall is close to recovering, though, so it's not really going to matter much for Ishii. And yeah, there I think I see Cody Hall there regrouping. And now Takahashi. I don't know what he's thinking about. Maybe a buckle bomb,
Power bomb.
perhaps?
Yeah, maybe a buckle bomb. That's what it looks like to me, too. Ishii
Kind of
stiffs
winning.
him, though.
Oh, man. Ishii's got such raw power. Oh, man.
You
Takahashi
might
can't even
see a
get him up.
back body drop onto the turnbuckle pad.
Oh, and that won't be kind because there's metal behind that, as we
No.
both noted throughout this tournament. No, forearm there, but
Oh, a headbutt.
the headbutt.
Oh, and that staggered Takahashi to the point that he actually dropped down onto his butt. Now
Oh, now
Ishii
it's
wants a
Ishii's
buckle
turn.
bomb, it looks like.
Oh,
Nails the
oh
buckle bomb.
God. Oh
Just
God, Takahashi collapsed. He folded up like an accordion.
the head, neck, and the top of Takahashi's back up against that really stiff pad with, like we said, the metal bar going through it. So
Good
that
God.
really good evening things up here for Ishii. He needs a little bit of a breather to kind of regroup. Takahashi has really stuck on him this whole match. Oh, and
Absolutely. Oh,
Takahashi with a clothesline staggers Ishii. Didn't expect that.
both were kind of thinking clotheslines and off the
Oh,
ropes.
but Ishii with the power through.
Oh God. Would you ever want to be in the ring with Ishii? Because
Absolutely not.
I think I'd retire.
Nice.
Oh God, the powerbomb, and he hooks it. 2. And Takahashi kicks out, and surprising by Ishii there, actually. I thought he was going to maintain control of the legs, but he actually does commit to the release.
That was a really aggressive kick out from Takahashi, too. That was impressive.
Oh, the seated clothesline. No, Takahashi ducks through the waist lock. No way.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, there's no freaking way.
Oh, now Ishii going to try and get the waist
Oh,
lock.
throws him at the ref. Low blow.
Oh, blow, come on. You've used Cody Hall.
One,
You've used the low. There's
two.
the cradle, too.
He kicked out.
No! Oh, God, that was close.
Takahashi trying to use every cheap trick in the book. We might have to rename him to Toru Yano Takahashi.
Yeah, exactly. But what does it say about Ishii, Ashton, to be staying in the fight after every cheap shot, cheap trick has been exploited by Takahashi?
He's made a graphite, brother.
I'm telling you, he wants this bad. And who doesn't want to be?
Oh, what a
Oh
dominator!
my God, the seated dominator. Hooks of the leg. 1, 2.
Oh,
Still kick out. I thought that was
dude,
it.
Ishii's kickouts are so good. He waits until the last millisecond to kick out.
That's 3 times now in this match. I thought Takahashi got 3. But again, the toughness of Ishii, and again, like I was saying, I mean, who doesn't want to be the IWGP Heavyweight Champion? And that's where the resiliency of Ishii comes from. He wants to be the man. He wants to be in the ranks of AJ Styles and Tanahashi. And damn it, I think after this performance, after Ishii's performances as of late, he belongs there.
Ishii is having a rough go at it today, having a hard time really getting any kind of momentum behind him. And look at Takahashi lifting Ishii up onto his shoulders into a fireman's carry, but Ishii reverses with the elbows.
Oh, Ishii powers through, and my God, this man is an animal. And now he picks Takahashi up. Takahashi, though, with that quickness again, able to slide out. There's the forearm. There's the chop. What is it going to take to beat Ishii? What is it going to take?
Oh,
Oh,
Ishii catches the boot.
Oh my God, the kick.
Takahashi hit him with a forearm, but Ishii immediately countered with a jumping enziguri to the back of the head.
Are you kidding me? This Ishii is unbelievable. I think he is the best kept secret of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And now both of these men struggling to their feet. I think Ishii's going to make it there first, and he does, but with the assist of the ropes. And look at
Takahashi again with the first bit of offense, the kick, and now up into a fireman's carry. The strength Takahashi displaying here, fairly impressive. Ishii wants a German, but Takahashi wanted another. Oh, and a headbutt.
Oh my God, that head.
It looked like Takahashi wanted another cheap low blow, keeping the ref looking away, and Ishii caught it and then into the headbutt. And there's the clothesline to the seated opponent. 1, 2. Oh, and he kicked out of that! Takahashi kicked out of the clothesline.
Good God, I thought that was going to be 3. I think even Ishii's shocked.
I think
I'm
Ishii
shocked.
needs to go for the brainbuster here, and I think that's exactly what he's thinking too. Brainbuster. There it is.
He got it. He got it. He got all of it. Is that going to be all?
1, 2, and that's it.
3.
Another amazing match from Tomohiro Ishii. This man can do no wrong.
And Ishii is now 2-0 in the G1 Climax. A beautiful place to be.
The only other person that we can say is 2-0. 2 people. Tanahashi and AJ Styles.
That is quite a class to belong to. And is it Tomohiro Ishii's destiny to be the next #1 contender for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship? This tournament's far from over, but if Ishii keeps performing at this consistency, it'll be hard to deny this man's claim to the World Heavyweight Championship.
There are a few guys that are 1-0 that are going to be competing in these next 4 matches that could possibly join those ranks. But the one notable exception is Shinsuke Nakamura, who we know cannot possibly go 2-0. At best, he can go 1-1.
Absolutely. Quite a shocker there. Shinsuke Nakamura falling to the machine gun, Karl Anderson. Karl Anderson, again, another very intriguing prospect in this tournament. I think him and Ishii are 2 of my most intriguing prospects in this tournament because I think both guys are just really dying, really hungering to get to that next level, and they're off to a beautiful start. And Ishii, another great performance. I'm telling you, man, the Stone Pitbull, he came to fight, and he fights to win, and I don't know anybody that can stop him.
Yeah, he is probably my, next to Nakamura, who is love and life, is probably, Ishii, I would say, is probably my second favorite guy in New Japan.
Absolutely.
It's really close between him and Okada, but Ishii's matches are just so consistently amazing.
And he is such a different style from what you and I normally gravitate to in performers, and I think that's why I love him so much, because I think he's the first real brawler that I fell in love with. And
our next match is going to be Satoshi Kojima taking on Michael Elgin. Both of these competitors 0-1. Kojima was actually Ishii's first victim a couple days ago. But Elgin, first match, he lost to Okada. You've got to think Elgin has a little bit more experience now, having faced the world champion. It's a possibility that he could get his first win tonight.
Michael Elgin calls himself unbreakable, and he's going to have to be mentally, emotionally, psychologically. He starts out 0-1, but if he wants to stay in the game, he has to, in my estimation, beat Kojima here. Because ask Doc Gallows how a tournament experience is when you're 0-2.
Yeah, well, and another thing, too, is I think that these guys have very similar styles, because we saw Kojima hold his own against Ishii in some of those strong style strike exchanges, and Elgin's kind of got a very similar style to that.
Absolutely.
That's a match that I absolutely cannot wait for. Elgin Ishii, man, that is going to be the ultimate kind of slugfest.
Absolutely, and that's one match where I honestly don't know if I can color in Ishii as the favorite, because Elgin is just so capable, so good in that ring
I
when
think it
he's
really does
focused.
kind of come down to this match, though, because you've got to think if Elgin loses this match, starting out 0-2, it would almost force you to kind of paint Ishii as the favorite in their match because that's a 2-0 guy, somebody that, I mean, we know he's amazing in the ring, but somebody that clearly has some of the New Japan support, the brass supporting him, the proper booking. And Elgin, maybe if he goes 0-2 here, maybe it'll be a little bit of a sign that they're just kind of breaking him in, breaking him down, and they're going to build him up after the G1 Climax.
Absolutely, and there is Kojima. And I said earlier during Elgin's entrance, ask Doc Gallows how pleasurable an 0-2 tournament experience is, but Kojima could find himself in the same plight. I mean, that's the case for both of these men.
Absolutely. One of these gentlemen is going to come out of this match with 0 wins under their belt. The other one is going to be at 500. So, and really, assuming Shinsuke Nakamura gets his victory back tonight against Yuji Nagata, one of these gentlemen is going to be in the same class as Shinsuke Nakamura after this match because they're both going to be 1-1 in the B block.
Absolutely. And who do you got here, Ashton, before the bell?
You know what? I really like Kojima, but just based on the fact that he took it to Okada, I'm going to have to pick Elgin here.
I actually agree with you. I think Elgin is considered my personal favorite in this matchup just after he took Okada to the
There's
absolute
the
limit.
bell. The bell
And
just
there it
we have,
is. And here
we
we
have
go.
no audio, unfortunately, because on New Japan World the audio kind of sinks in and out depending on what's going on. Elgin just kind of standing in the middle of the ring, Kojima circling him. Looks like Elgin wants to play defensive in this match.
And there we see the initial lockup. Kojima instantly going into the side headlock.
Absolutely. Elgin shoots him off the ropes, though. Kojima actually let him do it. Wow. But Kojima going after Elgin, Elgin welcoming him to try again on another rope. Elgin stands tall. Go ahead and try another rope. But no,
And,
Kojima's just like,
and
I'm
look
not
at
going to play your game. I'm going to punch you in the face.
the forearms by Kojima, the power and the
Now
swiftness
Kojima goes
behind
off
them.
the rope and
Oh, but
knocks
Elgin
Elgin into the
responds with
rope.
a shoulder block and he sends Kojima to the outside. Wow.
Yeah, that was. I liked Kojima's game plan, but then he went right back to trying to outdo Elgin at his own game.
Yeah, not smart. Elgin now has sent Kojima to the outside. Now he's going to follow through, and there's a forearm there.
Elgin's forearms look so brutal.
And we got good positioning for the moment. I hope it stays that way.
Just a clubbing blow to the back of Kojima. Referee encouraging them to get back in the ring. It looks like he might be about to start counting.
God, and another forearm. I wonder how many bar fights Elgin's been in his life, because the way he throws a forearm, man, knock you
It's
for a
worth
loop.
noting that the way that New Japan is set up, you get 2 points for a win and 0 points for a loss, but there is a draw. You could get a draw, a double count out, a double disqualification, a double pin, something like that, and that would be 1 point for each competitor.
Very interesting. We may see that utilized here. Kojima with the kick, the cutter, the
Oh, did you?
Koji cutter.
Koji Clutter, yeah.
Beautiful.
That was really early, it seems like, for this match. Usually he waits until at least halfway through a match to hit that Koji Cutter, but man, he used it in this match almost as a ground setter. He kind of tried to equalize the momentum here since Elgin was on such a roll.
Now look at Kojima there with the cravat. He's going to work over that neck. And you know what? I think that's smart by Kojima, though, because Elgin's really built like a house. He's a sturdy athlete, very strong, but the neck has got to be so sensitive on any human being. So for Kojima to exploit that, for him to take advantage of that, I think that's very smart strategy by Kojima.
That's why Tomohiro Ishii is the most effective fighter on the planet. He knows necks are anyone's weakness, so he just got rid of his completely.
Yeah, he's definitely a more evolved form of the normal human being. Then again, Ishii and normal, I think that only works if the contraction is between them.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And now Koji going for some kind of a face lock or a chin lock.
And now he switches to the waist lock.
Yeah.
Nice transition there.
Looks like Elgin's looking to fight out of it. Yeah, just powering out of it and reversing.
Nice switch.
Of his own.
Now going to try and roll him up here, but stays on, and here comes that
Double
double stomp.
Yep.
That
Elgin
is
getting shit in.
Yeah, absolutely. Then
Goes for a cover. A little late there, Elgin. You're not going to get a 3 count off that.
Yeah, he had the urgency when urgency really shouldn't have been had because of that few second delay.
The
And
urgency
now
kicked in way too late.
Elgin gonna pick up Kojima by the head. Now he's got the front face lock and control of the arm. Probably thinking a vertical suplex, maybe a brain buster.
Oh no, he's going for the vertical. They're going to do the spot where Kojima tries to fight out of it twice, and then Elgin slams him anyway.
And Elgin, this man's definitely in love with his own power. That's certainly true. And Kojima, you can see the legs moving a little bit, but I don't think there's any fighting out of this. And now, oh, look at that.
Doing a squat.
Elgin doing the squats with
squat.
Kojima in position, and then he falls back, and the blood rushing to Kojima's head.
Beautiful. First guy,
think...
I know he's probably not the first guy to do it, but the first guy that I remember really making that move prominent, really popularizing that stalling delayed vertical suplex, Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah. And now he's going to pick Kojima up again. Elgin's just in firm control right now, and he slams him down.
Absolutely exerting his will over Kojima.
Absolutely. And, oh, missed the elbow drop, though.
Kojima out of the way. Elgin drops his elbow onto the canvas. That never feels good. You got to imagine, not only does that hurt from the impact, but you might even get some canvas burn from that as well.
Absolutely. Now Kojima gonna try and Irish whip Elgin in the corner. Elgin counters. Oh, but it gets a kick to the gut for his troubles. But then he follows through on Kojima, and beautiful by Elgin.
Just chops out the leg from underneath Kojima. Now Elgin, a slingshot. Wow. Slingshot splash, really, is just what it was.
I think Elgin bringing a new bag of tricks in them to Japan. I've never seen Elgin do that.
I've never seen Elgin do that either. Very interesting. He's been working in ROH for years now, and I've never seen him do that slingshot splash.
Well, his positioning was perfect. Kojima certainly felt the impact. And not only is it an offensive maneuver to try and get a pinfall, but you have to figure that it drives the air out of Kojima. And when you can't breathe, man, it's got to be the worst feeling in the world, especially knowing that your opponent is going to stay on you, like Elgin has been with Kojima.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's worth noting, too, if you think about it, Elgin did kind of rotate his body in the air.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got that athleticism, which is always impressive. But look at Kojima there, moves out of the way. And now the chops. Could he be setting up for those lightning chops? And he is.
Yep. I wonder if Elgin's going to find a way out of him, or is he just going to kind of take him. He just kind of took him.
Yeah, he took him. And now Elgin shot off into the corner. And what a forearm there by Kojima.
And he rolls Elgin out. Kojima wants to go to the top rope. It looks like possibly for an elbow drop, I believe.
Well, he gets great height on that elbow drop from what I remember. And there it is. I think that was almost, I didn't know if that was on the thigh or the stomach. But either way,
it looked like he was going for the stomach there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Elgin even clutching that part.
Yeah, I think there's a distinct possibility that Elgin might have rolled too close to the ropes, and Kojima just didn't change his path to meet him right.
No, that can't feel good at all. And now the forearms by Kojima to Elgin. I'll try to spin through with the discus forearm.
Discus forearm, yeah. Knocks Kojima out. Kojima's out, man. He is just done. Elgin probably could have gone for a cover by now. I don't know what Elgin's doing. I guess he's just too out of breath. He's too kind of winded.
I think his equilibrium's thrown off if you look at him. He looks like he's kind of staggering a little bit.
Yeah, and now Kojima getting up to one foot and one knee. Another discus forearm. Go for the pin, Elgin. You need this.
Yeah, Kojima looks out.
2, and
Kojima kicks out. Again, this match so important, folks, for both men. Both men are currently sitting at 0-1 records. So one guy has got to get to 500 at the end of this matchup. The other man will be left at 0-2.
It's not impossible to win your block with 7 wins and 2 losses, but it's significantly more difficult.
Absolutely, Ashton, absolutely. And that's why we cannot understate how important it is to win as many matches as you can in this round-robin style. Absolutely. And Kojima now creating an opening with that DDT. He's going to try the follow-through in the corner. Elgin tried the kick, and he meets up there with the Enziguri. I think that caught Kojima on the arm, it looked like. Now Elgin's going to try and follow through here.
Elgin really having a tough time staying on his feet today. He's kind of wobbly.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know what move Kojima nailed, but I think it just totally threw the equilibrium of Elgin off, and again the lightning chops.
Oh, but Elgin throws Kojima back into the corner and just continues clubbing him over the neck with those forearms.
Oh, man, these guys are just powering through each other. And again, the chops of Kojima.
And Elgin, that just pissed Elgin off. Elgin comes at him head-to-head. Kojima with a forearm strike. Elgin returns with one of his own, and we're just going to exchange some forearms here for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, who is going to show some give? The pride of these two men is, I think, what's making them go through this match, just march on through all the pain, all the agony, and Elgin's got control here of the forearms. There's a short arm clothesline there. There's a clubby blow to the back, then the front. And it looked like Elgin was alternating, but now he's prepping that arm. I think he's looking to take Kojima's head off here. Shoots off the ropes. Oh, but Kojima checks it.
Kojima chopped the arm to prevent him from hitting the clothesline. Now Kojima looks like he wants something. Oh, but Elgin chops the arm of him as well. They're just going back and forth here. Elgin ducks the clothesline attempt, has him up, but no, Kojima rolls through into a rolling attempt. No, went for a pin. Elgin reverses into a pin of his own. 2 count.
Oh, the power of Elgin.
He wants a power bomb, and he got a power bomb.
Good God, and he goes right into the cover.
1, 2. Kojima kicks out. Kojima kicks out, stays alive, keeps his potential win here intact. And
look at Kojima, though. That is smart by Kojima, Ashton, rolling to the outside so that Elgin, or at least he's half in, half out, so Elgin...
It's under the ropes is what's important, yeah.
Yeah, he can't go for a cover or anything like that. If I was Kojima, I would have gone all the way to the outside, but either way, he created distance, and I think that's very smart when you're dealing with somebody the likes of Michael Elgin.
Absolutely. Completely agree with you. It's very, very smart to try and create that separation. Buy yourself some time and buy yourself some breath. Elgin, though, looks like he's not done here. He's going to go for an apron flex.
Absolutely, and we know how devastating that apron flex can be from a guy the size of Michael Elgin and the power of Michael Elgin. And now he's going to try here. Oh, my God. I think Kojima's showing some resistance.
Yeah, he sure is. Kojima punches Elgin a few times. Oh, and then drops him on his back.
Yeah, he tripped him up. That was brilliant by Kojima.
I don't think I've ever seen Elgin's deadlift suplex get canceled out like that, get countered.
Yeah, Kojima having Elgin beautifully scouted there, but oh, the kick!
Beautiful jumping enziguri to the back of Kojima's head while Kojima was on the middle rope.
I love that we live in an age where big men like that can pull off athletic maneuvers like this. I mean, that was just beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Moose being able to do that, and Cesaro does that, but Elgin, he's a different kind of animal. Moose and Cesaro are both tall, athletic, like, fit guys. Elgin's a chunky, thick, powerful built guy.
Oh, God, what's he thinking here? What's Elgin thinking about?
Pile driver, maybe, onto the outside.
Good God, you'll ruin the man. And Kojima fighting out. The kicks to the gut. Now could it be a DDT on the apron? And it is. Oh, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a difference maker, Ashton. That is a difference maker.
Yeah, that's what Kojima needed after that amazing jumping enziguri from Elgin to reverse the momentum. Kojima back in the ring already. Elgin really reeling here.
Oh, absolutely. I think Elgin is vulnerable. Whatever Kojima wants to do, he picks Elgin up. Brainbuster!
Might that be it? No, Kojima's not taking advantage of it. He didn't capitalize immediately. Elgin's going to kick out for sure, and there it is.
He does. To be honest, Elgin's positioning was perfect for potentially a top rope maneuver, but Kojima decided to go for the cover, and now he's signaling for something here.
Just threw his elbow pad.
I think we're going to see the lariat. Oh, Elgin again checks it. He captures the arm. And oh, what a shot there.
Discus back fist to the future.
Oh, and now could it be the power bomb? He got it. He got the buckle bomb.
And he wants another power bomb here. He's going to go for the... Oh, no, but Koji... Oh, with the lariat.
Oh, beautiful lariat.
Kojima.
And, Kojima's fired up.
He is. He knows what he wants to do here.
Oh, he's stalking Elgin, but now Elgin responds.
From Michael Elgin. I almost called him Kevin Elgin. That was weird. No, Kojima kicks out, though.
Kojima with the kick out, shot his shoulder off the canvas. Both of these guys, how bad do both men want to win this match? They know what a win means here at this point in the G1 Climax, at least for them personally.
Yeah.
Again, both of them 0-1. One of them is going to leave 0-2, and that's a spirit breaker because both of these men are so good. But to be looking at that position in a tournament like this, it's got to shake your confidence. I don't care how good you are. And now Elgin going to try and pick Kojima up. What the hell is Michael Elgin thinking about here?
You know what, though? That's a real motivator, too, because if you're in this match, seriously, how much more motivation could you possibly need than not going 0-2?
Exactly.
Oh, Kojima trying to fight back, but Elgin preventing him from doing so. Knocks him all the way back into the center of the ring.
Oh, my God!
Elgin wanted some kind of maybe like a double pump handle, but Kojima just a clubbing forearm, and that's it. Kojima picks up the win. Michael Elgin is 0-2 in his first ever series of matches in New Japan.
Maybe it's just our Western perception, having watched ROH for the time that you and I have, but I have to call that an upset. Kojima knocked Elgin out
See, I
with that
wouldn't go as
lariat.
far as to call it an upset, but that's only because we don't know where Elgin lies in the New Japan landscape.
That's very true.
I think we're starting to figure out, though, that the answer to that is not quite as high as we might have thought.
Exactly. What a lariat there by Kojima. Knocked Elgin out. Good God. And I'll tell you what, Kojima is at 500, 1-1 in his tournament experience. And I look at him trying to show some respect to Michael Elgin. Will Elgin accept it?
He better.
That was quite a fight, and he does. Elgin showing respect to Kojima. What a match that was, and I know Elgin's got to be disappointed in himself. I mean, like you said, Ashton, to win this tournament, 7 wins and 2 losses, it isn't impossible, but it is one hell of a climb.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you get 9 matches against the 9 other people in your block, and really, I don't think anyone's ever won G1 with fewer than 6 wins, if I had to guess.
Exactly. Now Kojima celebrating with the fans here. A hard-fought victory, a well-deserved victory for Kojima. And I'll tell you, that man's awareness to pull that lariat out at the last second when
Yeah.
Elgin was colliding with him. Kojima isn't somebody to mess with, man.
Absolutely.
Showing his appreciation here as we march on in the G1 Climax. Kojima 1-1.
Yep.
And what's our next tournament matchup here, my friend?
Our next tournament matchup is, I believe it might be the Nakamura match, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me check the card here. We've got, oh no, it's Hirooki Goto versus Karl Anderson.
Here we go.
Yep.
Goto has made a fine Intercontinental Champion thus far, but I think the real story here, and you know I've really been talking about him, guys, on commentary, you know, Karl Anderson. I just look at him and I can't help but think that this guy aspires for greater things than calling AJ Styles the greatest wrestler on God's green earth. He's already one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions alongside Doc Gallows. But Karl Anderson, I mean, Ashton, you educated the audience in 2012. Karl Anderson made it to the finals of this tournament. I think he's ready to finish what he started here in 2015, and a victory over Goto, that would go a long way in achieving that objective. Karl Anderson just looking so confident, but then again, I think that's just Karl Anderson's natural expression. I mean, he's a member of the Bullet Club, beat Shinsuke Nakamura in his first bout, and the machine gun locked, loaded, and ready to kill here tonight at G1 Climax. And like I
Yeah.
said, folks,
I'm trying to find right now. It turns out they've only been doing the 2 blocks of 10 since 2011. Before then, it was most often 2 blocks of 8, and going back even further, it hasn't even always necessarily been a round robin tournament. So the G1 has a very rich history, but as far as the 2 block of 10 format that we're doing right now, they've only been doing that since 2011. And in 2011, the block winners were Tetsuya Naito and Shinsuke Nakamura.
yeah, very impressive. But now Goto going to make his way to the ring, the reigning defending IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Karl Anderson has Cody Hall at ringside. That could prove beneficial to Karl Anderson. But let's also make note very quickly before Goto makes his entrance that Karl Anderson beat Shinsuke Nakamura without help. And he had a lot of Bullet Club members out there, but he did it clean. And here is Goto, the Intercontinental Champion. Can you imagine, Ashton, if Goto was able to win this tournament and he could have the possibility of unifying the IWGP Intercontinental Championship and the IWGP Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, that would be huge.
That would be monumental. I don't know if anybody's ever done that before, do you?
I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm looking right now. It looks like in 2012, the year that Karl Anderson was in the finals, you only needed 5 wins to get into the finals. The 2 finalists, the finalists in both blocks, had 5 wins under their belts.
Absolutely. And now here we see Goto looking confident, looking calm. He's going to have to be calm. I mean, you know, you can't make any mistakes with Karl Anderson. We saw how good he was. We've known how good he was for a while, but we really saw it on a singles front in that match with Nakamura. This is a guy, he is methodical, he is ruthless, he is relentless. And you have to imagine he's going to be targeting the neck of Goto straight away. At least that's what I presume to be the strategy of the machine gun Karl Anderson.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, and that's the thing too with Anderson is he is going to have an absolutely. Here's my thing with Karl Anderson. He's got a lot of different ways to win a match. I think that in this match specifically, his best bet is to try and end it quickly with an early gun stun.
I completely agree. I mean, Goto is somebody. I mean, he's the Intercontinental Champion, and we've often said, I mean, that's all you really need to say to know how good Goto is, because that Intercontinental Championship and in New Japan, it is just so prestigious.
Yeah.
Now he backs Karl Anderson up into the ropes. I also didn't take note that Tama Tonga is also at ringside, so that's 2 Bullet Club members, Cody Hall and Tama Tonga.
That could be the X factor. Again, last time we had Karl Anderson out, he had 3 members of the Bullet Club at ringside, I believe, and I pointed out that could easily be a major momentum shifter and a possibly game changer, and it turned out to be exactly that, except they didn't actually do anything. Karl Anderson
Exactly.
didn't need their help. The only real game changing that they did was, I guess, moral support, but Karl Anderson didn't need their help. You have to wonder if they're going to help him out at all in this match, or if they'll even need to.
Now Goto there with the side headlock. I have made note that the primary accomplishments of Karl Anderson lie in the tag team division. 4-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. 1 time with Giant Bernard. 3-time and currently with Doc Gallows. And there's nice head scissor lock there by Karl Anderson breaking out of it. And then the side headlock takeover by Anderson. But then Goto breaks out. There's the arm drag there by Anderson. And now he has control of the arm. Now Goto breaks out and we're at a stalemate here.
Yep.
These guys, this is the feeling now process. I love how Karl Anderson isn't in a rush. Look at him. He goes to the corner. He regroups himself. Karl Anderson knows his positioning. He's 1-0 thus far in the tournament, as is Goto. You know, he beat Takahashi.
Karl Anderson's the thinking man's wrestler.
Absolutely. And Goto's going to have to be so wary of that.
Faked him out on the Greco-Roman, went for the kick to the gut, and then the elbow to the back of the head. Irish whip from Goto to Anderson, and Goto takes down Anderson with a shoulder block.
But I like this by Anderson. Already regrouping, but I like that by Goto even more. Not allowing Anderson to have it. Follows through.
Do you really want to go out there when the Bullet Club's out there, though? Those are shark-infested waters, Goto.
I think I take the chance, Ashton, because I think better that than giving Karl Anderson time to recuperate. And look at him. He's just choking Karl Anderson with the guardrail there. Referee's going to have to come in.
The referee taking his grand old time.
Absolutely. Well, I think, you know what, to be fair to the referee, I think he understands how big the stakes are. I mean, this is the G1 Climax tournament, so I think a little bit of leeway is understandable. And Karl Anderson's back right into the guardrail. But what a bicycle kick to Goto. Good God.
That was pretty brutal.
I'm telling you, I look at Karl Anderson, and I just see a man who's ready to make his time now. And if he could beat Goto, what does that say to everybody? And I'll go even one step further. What does that say to AJ Styles? That Karl Anderson's beating the caliber of opponent that he's beating? And oh, the powerbomb potentially. Oh my God, on the apron. Oh my God.
Truly brutal. Truly brutal. Karl Anderson knows what he's doing. He's got that gun stun in his back pocket, and he's working over Goto's neck and back.
Absolutely. And that's the kind of move that destroys a man's back. Karl Anderson could get the countout victory here.
Yeah, we've been saying it quite a few times that there are a lot of guys that maybe want to take a countout victory, hope that's the easy way out, but Karl Anderson not above it, not above taking a countout victory by any means.
And again, I have to stress to the viewing audience, even if he doesn't get the countout victory, it allows him time to recuperate. Karl Anderson recognized that, oh my God, he's going to trap the legs here. Oh God, what is Karl Anderson thinking? Oh, he's going to hang the neck up there, and oh, the elbows, the pointed elbows, the back of the head and neck.
Yeah, I mean, he's driving kind of like the upper part of his arm into the back of the neck, but it looks almost like he's driving and the kick.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, he was driving the elbows almost into the shoulder area of Goto.
just softening up every part of Goto that Karl Anderson can for the gun stun. And I never thought I'd say this, but the Intercontinental Champion is at the mercy of the machine gun Karl Anderson. Goto indeed in the line of fire.
Something else that's worth talking about in this match is that if Karl Anderson manages to pull the upset here and he gets the pin over Goto, you'd have to imagine that that would insert his name into the Intercontinental Championship rankings.
Certainly. You know, much like we talked about with Bad Luck Fale beating Makabe, putting
Yeah.
him in line for a never openweight championship match. Certainly, if Karl Anderson can beat Goto here, that would have to make him a future contender for the Intercontinental Championship. And look at him just staying right on Goto. Brilliant by Karl Anderson with the mountain punches.
Oh, and now we're going to get to some pointed elbows. Oh, no, he's actually using his elbow to dig into Goto's forehead and scrape away.
And I gotta tell you,
It looked almost like the referee was telling him not to do that, but Anderson goes right back to it.
well, hey, if it works. And here's my thing, Ashton. I mean, Karl Anderson is a naturally arrogant individual, and I say that with no malice. I mean, it's just the way he is. But after you beat a guy the likes of Shinsuke Nakamura, again, 3-time heavyweight champion, 4-time Intercontinental champion, and Shinsuke Nakamura, you've got to be feeling so confident. And that's what I think makes Karl Anderson so dangerous, is the confidence.
Absolutely.
And Goto now trying to fight out. He's regained the vertical base off the ropes, but look at that! Almost
Beautiful.
like a calf kick there.
Yeah, beautiful one-legged calf kick there to Goto. Goes for the pin, but Goto kicks out. Going for a pin again. 1-2 and kicks out again. And a third pin attempt here. Goto kicks out a third time. Karl Anderson clapping his hands, trying to hype himself up. He seems a little bit angry, frustrated, energizing himself with those claps, trying to get ready to take Goto out for a 3 count potentially.
Well, he's forcing Goto to exert energy that he may not have.
Yeah.
And so, despite the frustration of Karl Anderson, I mean, the repeated pinfall attempts still serve a kind of utility when you force Goto to expend that energy. And now look at the disrespect by Karl Anderson to the Intercontinental Champion. That's ill-advised.
Yeah,
that's ill-advised.
That's the kind of move that'll get people to cheer against you.
Absolutely. And now look at the forearm exchanges here between these two. I think he just inadvertently fired Goto up at the clothesline there, sends Goto staggering into the corner.
Can I just say, I love the quiet confidence that Anderson's exuding right now. That win over Nakamura did a ton for his confidence.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. And
and he went for another pump kick, but Goto moved. Big clothesline into the corner. Anderson is down for what feels like the first time in this match, really.
And this could be the opening that Goto needed. I mean, I talked about how you don't make mistakes with Karl Anderson. Well, you certainly don't make mistakes with the Intercontinental Champion. Irish whips Karl Anderson into the corner. Tries to come in, charges in. Oh, the spinning heel kick. Good God.
The spinning heel kick is so much more impressive than Hiroshi Tenzan's.
Oh, yeah, by a country mile. And now follows through on Anderson. But Anderson caught him.
He knew it was coming. Oh, but Goto with the Saito suplex.
Goto powering through. I admire Anderson's follow-through, but it didn't matter. Cover, and kick out. He had both legs hooked in deep, did Goto, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, looked like he had his body weight up on Anderson's shoulders, too, but Anderson found the power to kick out.
Now Anderson, he needs to regroup here. I mean, but look at Goto, though, favoring that back from the powerbomb earlier, Ashton. And now Anderson, kicking out the leg.
Really
brilliant by the...
Quick little low-angle drop kick there. Yeah, that was brilliant, too. Anderson, Fisherman brain buster on his own knee.
2, and kick out, but it serves the greater purpose of softening up that neck for the gun stun, folks.
Yeah. Anderson's strategy in this tournament has been flawless.
It really has been. You have the Bullet Club out there as an insurance policy that I can't emphasize enough. He hasn't cashed in on yet.
Yep.
But then he just focuses on the neck and back because the gun stun, Karl Anderson knows it and we all know it. It's one of the most effective moves in New Japan Pro Wrestling today.
Yeah.
And now
Goto right now, just straight closed fist punches. That's frowned upon in New Japan. So Anderson healing it up here.
Yeah, you think Anderson...
Oh, is he going to go for a Super Northern Lights?
Oh, I thought he was, but Goto, I think, stuffing the attempt, or attempting to. Oh, but Karl Anderson, I think, powering through here. And how much resistance can Goto give with that bad back? But he's giving it all he's got. There's a forearm to the face, another forearm to the face, and another one. He's going to try and take Karl Anderson down, and a headbutt. Headbutt sets Karl Anderson staggering, but not down. Oh,
sunset
man.
Flip, maybe. Looks like he's setting up for a sunset flip here.
Potentially a power bomb to go with it. Or could
sunset
it be a Yoshi Tonic? Could it be a Yoshi Tonic? Avalanche Yoshi. Oh my God.
I've never seen that before. That was amazing.
Good God, I think Karl Anderson may be out, but he can't get the quick cover. Can Goto finally hooks the leg? One,
One,
two.
two. Anderson
Anderson.
kicks out.
And Ashton, I have to think the bad back made all the difference for Karl Anderson.
Yeah, because Goto was too slow to go for the cover, and then he couldn't put all of the pressure possible on Anderson's shoulders to prevent the kick out.
Oh my God, what a heartbreaker for Goto. I think he would have had it had he just been a few seconds quicker in the bad back. Oh, the neck breaker.
Almost an inverted gun stun.
Absolutely. Oh man, now both these men are down. I still can't get over that feat of athleticism by Goto with that avalanche Yoshi tonic.
Oh, it's super impressive. I really, really, I can't emphasize enough. I've never seen that before. I've seen everything in wrestling. I've never seen that before.
I mean, Ashton, you and I have always had all the respect in the world for the Intercontinental Champion, but that just shows you how much the G1 Climax means to Goto. And now Karl Anderson going to try and continue the offensive here on the champion.
Another forearm and another forearm from Goto. And Anderson returns with one of his own, and Goto returns with one of his own.
You have to imagine whoever shows some give here will be giving up the driver's seat in the process.
Or if you want to change things up a little bit, maybe go for a kick to the gut, you can take the driver's seat for yourself.
Yeah, firmly. Hell, you can monopolize the whole car at that rate with how both these men are. And Karl Anderson there with the uppercut.
Beautiful European uppercut.
And a pump kick there. Oh, he's calling for it. He signaled for it. Could it be gun stun?
Is he going to go for a gun stun or a TKO, though? I think gun stun time.
Gun stun! Goto had it checked.
Yep.
Follows through the ropes. Oh, also bounces off the ropes, but there's a leapfrog there by Anderson. Oh my God. Oh, we checked the arm of Goto there. Waist lock. Oh, man, the back and forth between these two is unbelievable. Goto ducks.
Lariat. Goto ducks, though. Yeah, lariat from Goto. There it is.
Goto fired up. This could be the moment for Goto here.
Finally, someone lands something.
I know.
A fireman's carry here.
Oh, almost like a Death Valley driver, but the knee driving into the back of the head. Oh, Goto's feeling it. This could be 1-1 for Karl Anderson here in a few moments. Signaling for something here. Could it be a brain buster? Oh!
Gun stun!
Gun
He hit the gun stun! Pin one! Two!
Three!
Oh
my God!
Karl Anderson pinned the Intercontinental Champion!
Oh
What a freaking reversal!
Ladies and gentlemen, the story here is that the machine gun is 2-0. Oh my God!
Unbelievable. That was an amazing reversal. I want to see that from Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar, and we got it from Goto and Karl Anderson instead.
Look at the smile, Ashton. The smile on Karl Anderson's face tells the entire story. He just pinned the Intercontinental Champion.
Freaking beautiful.
And Ashton, I have to ask you the question. And again, I'm not trying to stir the damn pot, but if you're AJ Styles, what are you thinking right now?
I'll tell you what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, well, that's a good 2-0 kid, but let's see how long it lasts.
Exactly. So we have Ishii, Tanahashi, AJ Styles, and now the machine gun, Karl Anderson at 2-0. And I've told everybody that I think Karl Anderson has become the emotional favorite, at least for me. And maybe it's his destiny to win G1 Climax 2015. Like I said at the start, potentially, finally going to finish the job that he started at the 2012 G1 Climax.
Unbelievable. That finish was incredible.
I can't believe it. I am shocked. I mean, when is Karl Anderson going to start being the favorite in his matches? I would have to think that's coming up soon. But in 2 matches that I really thought he was going to come up on the losing end, he wins, and he wins clean. He wins clean again.
The match I want to see now is Karl Anderson versus Okada.
I want to see Anderson versus Styles.
Oh, that's a long way coming. They both need to win their blocks, but Anderson and Okada... Oh, no, wait. Okada's in the other block, too, isn't he? No, Okada's in this block.
Yeah, Okada is in this block, because remember, he has to face Honma tonight.
Yeah, so that's actually a match that we're going to get for sure. I'm talking about matches that we know we're going to get. I want Anderson Okada.
And you know what? At this rate, could Anderson beat the world champion in Okada?
Anderson Ishii?
Oh, man. Oh, my God. Karl Anderson still has one hell of a climb in this tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, you can't deny him.
Oh, Shinsuke!
Oh, Shinsuke Nakamura
Oh,
set
this is such a
the
ridiculous roller coaster of emotions. We're on such a high from Karl Anderson, and now Shinsuke Nakamura's coming out.
Shinsuke Nakamura. Quite the poetic placement because Karl Anderson, who just won his bout, he beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura coming out currently with an 0-1 record.
Yep.
And it shocks me to say that, folks, even now. I mean, we know, we can't deny any longer how good Karl Anderson is, but Shinsuke Nakamura, I mean, he's one of the best there is right now. And to say that he's 0-1, it's quite a sobering reality here at the G1 Climax.
Are those feathers on his shoulders?
I think it is, and he pulls them off.
Only person I know that could actually make feathers look badass.
Exactly. And Nakamura is feeling it, I'll tell you. We often talk about the flamboyance of Shinsuke Nakamura,
The
but
showmanship.
yeah, the showmanship, but do not let that fool you, because he hits you with that knee. I mean, it's done. Shinsuke Nakamura is absolutely devastating with those knee strikes. Ashton's often talked about his limb advantage and his reach advantage. So Yuji Nagata better watch himself. But then again, I mean, let's not discount Nagata here. Nagata, one hell of an athlete.
Yeah, Nagata's really impressive, but he's also a little bit on the stocky side, if I will.
Absolutely. And
Uh, the
am,
limb
am I
the limb advantage for Nakamura is going to be exaggerated in this match, I think.
I would certainly have to agree with you, but am I correct in saying that Yuji Nagata is 1-0 currently in this tournament?
I think so. Yeah,
Because didn't he beat Honma in his first match?
that sounds right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He is. Yeah, he is. That is right. Yeah, he did beat Honma.
So, I mean, we already talked about the class of 2-0 people. Tanahashi, AJ Styles, Tomohiro Ishii, and now Karl Anderson just now. Could
Yuji
Nagata
Nagata
join them?
could potentially join that class, but you would think that now that now that Nakamura is 0-1, he really needs to step it up. He needs to win this match.
Yeah, we don't really talk about must-wins often in New Japan, but I really do believe this is a must-win for Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, just from a mental stability kind of place, in order to kind of keep himself level-minded, he needs to win this. Because if he doesn't win this, you've got to imagine he's going to start losing it a little bit.
Well, I mean, Nagata, of course, known for his Nagata lock, his submission acumen, his technical wrestling acumen.
The
I mean, if you're
Nagata
not,
lock, I don't think we've actually seen him use the Nagata lock yet, because that's kind of a weird leg submission.
well, I mean, he does have it in his arsenal, and Shinsuke Nakamura, even though he does have that limb and reach advantage, I mean, if Nakamura could have that tree chopped down, I mean, that would be quite disadvantage to him. So, he better watch out for Yuji Nagata.
Well, and not only that, but Yuji Nagata, the some of the Nagata lock isn't the only submission in his arsenal.
That's very true. Like I said, the submission acumen of
I
Yuji
mean, at any
Nagata can
point
be
he could pull out that Shirome seated armbar where he rolls the eyes into the back of his head. And that, I mean, you want to talk about a limb advantage. Well, it's kind of hard to have a limb advantage when all your limbs feel pain.
Now, these guys engaging in, well, I thought they were going to engage in the Greco-Roman knuckle lock, but then Yuji Nagata went for the waist lock, but Nakamura now has control of the arm. Now, we're going to really see these guys, I think, take it slow at first. Nice pace. And, you got to figure that this is going to be a feeling out process to begin with for these two guys. And, oh, Nagata tried to go over the kick, but Nakamura ducks it. These two guys trying to get comfortable with each other. No need to really rush the pace.
Yeah.
I think, again, if you're Nakamura, you got to wonder, you don't want Nagata getting in your head.
Look at the just you can tell the reach advantage that Nakamura has is so exaggerated in this match because you can see like Nagata has his arms around Nakamura's waist. Nakamura effortlessly gets his entire arm around Nagata's head.
Oh, now look at that
Oh.
key lock armbar.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was going to try and turn that into the Shirome.
And now could it be a cross arm breaker, a cross arm bar? And no, it's not. I mean,
Nakamura has anything to say about it. Again, those long arms, huge advantage, man.
absolutely. Shinsuke Nakamura knew to shift the weight in that. And now look at the very intriguing positioning for both these guys in this match. I think Nakamura very familiar, I guess, with Nagata's submission style.
Look at the length. Look at the length. Nakamura using his length to keep distance so that Nagata's legs can't reach him because Nakamura's arms are just about as long as Nagata's legs.
Absolutely. And then look at Shinsuke Nakamura trying to control the arm of Yuji Nagata, and now he's got him in like that seated headlock position, it looks like.
Yeah, and you
Nagata
can
there
see
shifting the
there
weight.
Nagata could barely even reach Nakamura's head with his legs in that position.
Absolutely, and now Yuji Nagata trying to get control of the arm again, but I like Nakamura here. Shifts the weight, gets on his stomach, and now he's in the dominant position here.
Yep.
I was not expecting this kind of wrestling match from these two guys so early on. And now Nakamura going for the armbar, but look at that. Nagata clasps the hands together.
But see, that's his only option. Nakamura has so many options here. Hey, look at this. He turned it into a triangle.
Yeah, Nakamura there got the triangle. And I wonder if Nagata surprised it all.
Oh, look at Nakamura. Yeah. Nakamura. Oh, back into the armbar. Oh, and he broke the other arm away, but no, Nagata gets it back.
Absolutely, keeping the hands clasped tight together.
This is such an interesting match because of it's such opposite body types. Because Nakamura has kind of like a smaller torso and these really long, exaggerated limbs. And Nagata, it seems like it's just all torso with like stubs for limbs.
Well, I love that Shinsuke Nakamura stays on Nagata. And, gets
if they
him
would
into the
stand
corner.
up to each other, I feel like they could be like maybe like an inch or two apart height wise, but like Shinsuke Nakamura's legs would go up to like Yuji Nagata's belly button. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And now look at Nagata there, grab the foot, but oh, Nakamura with the slap.
Yeah.
Nakamura is fond of the mind games. He's not beneath them.
No, he's definitely not. He's not above them either. He loves them.
And oh man, and now Nagata there with the knees to the gut.
And Nakamura just kind of taking it.
Nagata shoots off the ropes. What a boot to the face!
Big boot from Nagata, yeah. Nakamura knocked down for the first time in this match, I believe. This is the first time that Nakamura is down and Nagata isn't.
I mean, Yuji Nagata will not be disrespected, and I certainly can't blame him for that. I mean, he's been in this business for some time. And what a forearm there to Nakamura, and another one, and another one. Yuji Nagata now just turning this into an all-out fight. We've passed the scientific phase of this matchup, and now it's just become a full-on fight between Shinsuke Nakamura and Yuji Nagata.
Yep. And Nakamura sends Nagata to the outside, but you know what? He's not going to let him get a breather. He's going after him.
Absolutely.
He's grabbing him from the bottom, tosses him into the guardrail. Oh, and Nagata went over the guardrail.
Yeah, that's how much force Shinsuke Nakamura whipped Nagata into the guardrail with. And now they're fighting, among the New Japan fans.
Yeah.
That's about as up close and personal as you can get in this type of environment.
For sure, yeah.
Oh, God.
Nakamura's going to go for a knee. Yep.
The knee strike. Oh, God. And I think Nagata just took a seat in the front row. Good God. Shinsuke Nakamura is not messing around tonight. He's fully aware of his position right now in the tournament, and he's not taking Yuji Nagata lightly. And look at Nakamura, more than content, I can't say I blame him, to try and take the count-out victory.
It seems like we have a spot like this in just about every match where somebody gets somebody on the outside and then gets in the ring, and it's just like, okay, you know what, just count the guy out, and then the guy gets back.
Absolutely. And now Yuji Nagata struggling, though. He's really struggling to get back in the ring. I'm not saying he's not going to beat the count, but you have to figure he'll be easy pickings for Nakamura.
Yep.
And now he does get back in the ring. And now Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, what a kick there. I think that was right to the arm or the side of Yuji Nagata. Either way, it looked excruciating. And I think it just stomped on the hand. And Shinsuke Nakamura is just going to be content picking Nagata apart. I like how he's kind of like swimming around Nagata, really stalking him. There's a snapmare takeover. And now, oh, what a knee!
And grabs the leg for the pin, but it looks like Nagata's shoulders aren't down.
And Shinsuke Nakamura, I'll tell you, he knows how vulnerable Yuji Nagata is right now.
Yeah.
The confidence just exhibited from Shinsuke Nakamura, readily apparent to us here at commentary and to everybody, watching this match here tonight. And now Nakamura takes Yuji Nagata into the corner.
Just a quick knee strike.
Now, could he be getting ready for that? Oh, he's getting into it, man. He's getting into it.
It looked like he was doing the foot shiver on the inside of the thigh rather than the neck.
Exactly.
That was kind of odd. I haven't seen that from him yet.
A bit uncharacteristic of Shinsuke Nakamura, the king of strong style.
Oh, into a beautiful abdominal stretch. And when your legs and arms are as long as Shinsuke Nakamura's, that abdominal stretch gets way more painful.
Absolutely.
Because
And
not only is he stretching out your abdominals, but he's putting so much pressure on your both of your legs and on your right your inside arm, the arm that he's pulling, because he is just cranking on it. It's almost a submission hold at that point, rather than
look at that. He goes for like a cradle type pin, and
yeah.
Nagata kicks out.
How brilliant was that, though? The fact that he turned a regular everyday abdominal stretch that everyone does into a legitimately painful looking submission hold, and then transitioned into a legitimately difficult to get out of looking pinning combination.
Absolutely. I mean, I've said it before about Nakamura. We know how good the man is, but I'm genuinely shocked that he's been able to go hold for hold with Yuji Nagata. A nice measured chest kick there. And Shinsuke Nakamura has just been in firm control. I mean, I don't really like to use the word dominating when describing, the position that Yuji Nagata's in the face of
That
his
kick
opposition.
to the chest just looked crippling, man. Did you see
Exactly.
Nagata's knees buckle?
Absolutely. And,
Oh,
Nagata caught that kick, though.
he caught the elbow and then an elbow to the knee. Nakamura comes back with a knee, though. Oh, and another knee, this time from Nagata, sending Nakamura into a flip and off his feet.
And that could be the opening that Nagata needs. That knee looked like it drove all the wind out of Nakamura.
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's definitely an opening. It's just a matter of whether Nagata can take advantage of it or not.
Absolutely, and if Nagata can capitalize, it'll definitely be a changing point in this match. If there's a forearm there, another forearm, a third forearm, and he's back Nakamura up into the corner. And man, again, it's just evolved into a pure slugfest on the part of Yuji Nagata.
Absolutely.
Aship off the ropes, follows through, and what a kick! Oh my god! That running boot.
Pulls him out of the corner, though. Sets him up almost for a Uranagi, it looks like, but Nakamura fights out of it. Punch to the gut from Nakamura. Backs Nagata into the corner. And Nagata with a big boot to Nakamura.
Now I think he's thinking T-bone. T-bone into the turnbuckles. Wow.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Oh, man. And like you said, Ashton, there's no give in those turnbuckles because, I mean, despite the padding, there's metal behind that padding.
Yeah.
And, very little protection. So Nakamura's got to be in a lot of pain. And now Nagata hung Nakamura on the ropes, and there's the neck breaker.
Was that a neck breaker or a brainbuster? I couldn't tell.
That was a spinning neck breaker there by Nagata, and Nakamura still kicks out.
That just looked like it literally just made Nakamura land on his head. But here's the crossface from Nagata. The crossface.
Great form there by Yuji Nagata, and I actually thought Shinsuke Nakamura may have tapped out there for a second, but no, he's just trying to fire himself up, stay alive, stay awake in this hold. Because, I mean, the pain could be so great, Nakamura could potentially pass out, but, I mean, here we see the reach advantage from Nakamura coming into play. He's trying to get his legs over, and he does.
Yep, exactly. See, that's the thing for Nakamura. I think he's only like 6'3", but his limbs are so long, you could have him in the middle of the ring, and he would find a way to wriggle around and get a limb on a rope.
Absolutely. Great situational awareness there from Shinsuke Nakamura, and Nagata now is going to have to think of something else. There's the knee strike. Now he's going to try and potentially vertical suplex. No! Decides instead on the kicks. It's not often we see a guy change his mind about offense and have it still pay dividends.
But Nakamura returns with a kick of his own. And as we said earlier, knocks Nakamura to his back with a kick of his own of Nagata. But I was getting ready to put over Nakamura's kicks as something that made Nagata's knees buckle. But man, then Nagata fires back with one that knocks Nakamura all the way down to the canvas.
Oh, but look at Nakamura sliding through, try to get the waist lock. Nagata powered out.
Yeah, that elbow looked brutal from Nagata. Oh, Nakamura sets Nagata up. We're going to get a couple of knees into the gut. And there it is.
Now goes right into the cover. Two.
Kind of makes you wonder how much Sasha Banks has taken from Nakamura, because she does the double knees to the gut in the corner, and she's kind of started doing the foot shiver too.
I would have to think that Sasha Banks is a Shinsuke Nakamura fan. I'd love to ask her that one day, maybe on Twitter or something.
Another knee. Gut.
Another knee. Good God. Oh, and another one.
Oh, straight into the gut too, and he's leaning into him. That's what makes it look so painful, man, is that he is putting all of his body weight into those knee strikes.
Just all the force behind those knees.
Yeah. And now he's picking Yuji Nagata up by his head, gets him into a vertical suplex position, and just drops him on his face.
Oh, man. Unbelievable. And now Shinsuke Nakamura in the corner. Nagata is down. Could it be prime positioning for the knee, Ashton? Could Nakamura be setting up for it?
It looks like he might want to Bomaye.
If he hits the Bomaye here, it's over. It's over! And
Oh!
the exploder belly to belly!
Beautifully executed, too. Nobody saw that coming.
He sent Nakamura all the way to the other side of the ring, for God's sakes.
Yeah, they were not even necessarily in the middle. They were honestly closer to the opposite side, and he just tossed him all the way across the ring.
Absolutely, and now Nakamura in the corner, but kicks Nagata there. Oh, Nagata checking the arm.
Oh, into the Shurame!
The Shirome by Nagata. Is Nakamura gonna tap out?
Are we gonna? We're not gonna get to see the eyes roll into the back of the head taunt either because of the camera angle.
Yeah, it's true, but we can see the positioning of Shinsuke Nakamura's arm. It seems to be kind of trapped under his stomach. And again, Nakamura trying to use that reach advantage.
He needs to get Nagata. Oh, Nagata dragging it in the middle of the ring and just keeps cranking on it. Oh my! This could be bad news for Nakamura. He needs to find a way to reverse the weight. Really, he needs to find a way to shift his hips a little bit to get the pressure off.
But how smart was that by Nagata? But Shinsuke Nakamura
there it is.
Through, and he got it.
Yep, absolutely. Nakamura reversed, not really even reversed, just shifted his hips a little bit to turn the submission so that Nagata was on his back, and that gave Nakamura more control, and it was enough control to get a foot on the rope. But now Nagata firmly in control.
Man, Yuji Nagata's submission prowess is just next level, but now Nakamura starting to fight back here. Nagata with the follow through, the waistlock.
What a German! Just a release German, but Nakamura with the drop kick.
Beautiful single leg drop kick.
It looked almost like Nakamura flipped and then landed on his feet and went right for a drop kick. That was beautiful.
Brilliantly done,
Yuji Nagata channeling his inner Brock Lesnar.
Absolutely. These two guys are pushing each other to the limit, and we expect nothing less at a tournament as prestigious as G1 Climax.
Man, it's crazy. I was expecting to like the Ishii match more than anything, but this is definitely my match of the night so far, no matter who wins.
Absolutely. These guys going toe-to-toe. Just absolutely unbelievable. And now the forearm exchanges.
Yep. Oh, and it looks like Nagatas are staggering Nakamura's a hell of a lot more than Nakamura's are staggering Nagatas.
Oh, but look at Nakamura, those
little bit of extra oomph on that last punch from Nakamura sends Nagata straight down to the canvas like a freaking bag of potatoes.
Oh, man, now he's got the front face like that on Nagata. Now could it be potentially a sleeper suplex?
Oh, but beautiful lung blower from Nakamura.
Yeah, inverted lung blower there. And now the suplex, the back suplex right on his head. Good God.
Nakamura's feeling it right now, folks.
Oh, man, I think he's calling for it again. He's tuning it up. He's getting ready. Nagata, don't turn around. You won't like what you see.
You don't need to turn around. He can hit you from anywhere.
Oh, he does. He sidestepped it.
Nagata with the spinning heel kick.
Oh, God. And you don't want to make a mistake with a guy like Yuji Nagata. Nakamura did.
Saito.
There's a Saito suplex. Can Nagata capitalize? Cover. One, two.
And Nakamura kicks out. I love Yuji Nagata, but it would have been horrible if that single Saito suplex would have been the end of this match.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, again, in Nakamura. I mean, you can't build the guy up enough. You know, G1 Climax winner, I believe, 2011. 3-time world champion, 4-time Intercontinental champion. And I think they were both thinking kicks, but Nakamura got the edge. And,
that's the Bomaye! 1, 2. And, he kicked out! He kicked out of the Bomaye! Are you kidding me? This match will not end. Nakamura going for another one. Oh, and that's got to be it. Nakamura hits the Bomaye off the middle rope. Yuji Nagata still on his feet. Oh, it's a Gary. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, there's another Bomaye. Go for the cover, Shinsuke. 1, 2. Finally! Nakamura gets a win under his belt. Oh, my goodness. Yuji Nagata, though, what a fight.
Absolutely. Yuji Nagata made Shinsuke Nakamura give everything of himself to pick up the win, and there is no shame in this loss for Yuji Nagata, at my estimation. He pushed Shinsuke Nakamura to the brink.
Absolutely, to the limit.
And Shinsuke Nakamura, 1-1. He's at 500 now in his G1 Climax standing.
If he gets 7 or 8 wins, it's all but a guarantee that he's going to win this block.
Absolutely.
His biggest competition, I think, it comes down to Okada and Ishii. Although Anderson is a definite dark horse.
Absolutely. I mean, dude, Anderson's beaten Shinsuke Nakamura, so,
Yeah,
you
and that's
know,
the thing too. If two people end with the same record, whoever won their match head to head is the person that wins the block.
exactly.
So if it comes down to Nakamura and Carl Anderson will be the block winner if they have the same number of points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Yuji Nagata, what a hard fought matchup that was.
And there you see Dave Finley helping him out there a little bit.
Oh, man.
I
And
see Jay White as well.
now Nagata also at 500. You know, he beat Honma, but he loses here tonight to Nakamura.
And you know what? After 2 matches, if you have 1 win, you're in decent shape.
Definitely. I mean,
I
again,
mean,
Nagata's
obviously you would like 2 wins, but at the end of the day, you're not going to win the G1 Climax with 2 wins.
absolutely.
Just like you're not going to lose the G1 Climax with 1 loss.
I mean, people, make no mistake. We may be glowing, you know, seeing the 2-0 records of Ishii, AJ Styles, Tanahashi, now Karl Anderson.
Yeah.
But you can't rest on your laurels. You know, you
And
gotta
now,
keep.
and now, I mean, to me, what's beautiful about this next match is that I know Okada's going to win. It's Okada and it's Honma, but Honma is going to find a way to drag me into it and convince me that he's got the potential to win this match.
Absolutely.
I don't know how
And
he does it, but he does it every time.
and think about Okada here. I believe Okada is also 1-0 in this tournament thus far.
He is, and Honma's
And
0-1, so Honma could potentially go 0-2 here.
absolutely. And think about the prize that awaits Okada at the end. He is the current world champion, and if he wins this, he gets to pick his opponent, and I mean, that is a benefit right there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, you'd have to wonder if you're Okada. He's a babyface, right? He's kind of got some heelish tendencies, but for the most part, he is a babyface. So you're the champion. If you win the G1 Climax, what route do you go? Do you go the easy win route and maybe pick like a Captain New Japan or maybe like a Cody Hall or something like that? Or do you go the pride route and prove that you are the better man and call out Hiroshi Tanahashi for Wrestle Kingdom 10?
I think Okada is a man with a chip on his shoulder. I think he's the man that's just bred for success, and I'd have to imagine, and maybe it's just my faith in Okada, maybe I'm just blinded by the hype, but I would think he would call out Tanahashi. I think Okada has got to still be stinging inside after Wrestle Kingdom 9. Tanahashi, one of the few men, I think potentially the only man to ever kick out of the Rainmaker, and that has got to stick in Okada's psyche.
He's still the only man to do it.
Yeah, and see, that's got to bother Okada. World title or not, Ashton, when you wake up every morning and you look in the mirror, you have to acknowledge inside yourself that, yeah, that man was better than me that night. He kicked out of my best in the Rainmaker. I've got to imagine that Okada is just dying, just itching inside for one more shot at Tanahashi, potentially at Wrestle Kingdom 10. That remains to be seen, but in this moment, Okada's attention needs to be on Honma because we can say what we want. Oh, Okada's got this wrapped up. Honma's the underdog. But I'll tell you what Karl Anderson, Shinsuke Nakamura proved to me. Anybody can lose on any night in this tournament. So Okada better be at his best.
Absolutely. It's like I said at the very first day, you don't get into the G1 and be a pushover at the same time.
Exactly. And now Okada, the Rainmaker. I've said before, I mean, you know, I stole a line from JBL. JBL often says, hey, if I was to build a wrestling promotion from the ground up, it would be in the image of Randy Orton. For me, if I was to build a wrestling promotion from the ground up, it would be in the image of that man, Okada. I just feel like he has everything that a wrestling promotion just hungers for, just needs to be a success. And Okada epitomizes success as the IWGP heavyweight champion.
And I think if I were to build a wrestling promotion from the ground up, Okada would be my second choice behind Nakamura.
Absolutely. I mean, whether he's your first, your second, your third, nobody can deny how good Okada is. I mean, if he wasn't that good, again, he wouldn't be the heavyweight champion right now.
Absolutely. He's excellent in the ring. He's got a great look. He's very young, very charismatic, has a natural confidence about him that he just exudes at all times. Okada is a natural. That is the only word, the best word that I could think of to describe him. Okada is a natural.
But Honma's going to give him a fight. Honma is going to give
Hanma,
him all the
Hanma
fights.
about as unnatural as you can think of. Here's a Japanese guy with orange skin and blonde hair.
Absolutely, but a ton of heart. A ton of heart is Honma.
A ton of heart, and don't take this as a sexual thing, but a ton of head as well, with as many headbutts as he delivers.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's not going to be an easy night for Okada. And you got to wonder if Okada's asking himself the question, this is my path back to Tanahashi. Can I get it done? And I certainly believe he can. And now look at that.
And just fake him out. Yep.
And now look at Okada there, almost saying, rest easy. I can have you anytime I want you, and I decide not yet.
Yep. I love that, man. I freaking love that.
Well, I think that's how a world champion should be, Ash. I mean, at the risk of coming off pretty heelish here for a second, I think when you're the world champion, you know you're the best. Why not carry yourself like you're the best?
He does that even when he's not the champion, though.
But, I mean, you know what? I can't even say I fault him for that. I mean, this guy has main evented Wrestle Kingdoms. He's been to the top before. He's at the top right now. And now he's got control of the wrist of Honma.
Yep. And last year, they really set the bar high for G1 Climax, because last year, both he and Shinsuke Nakamura, and AJ Styles, so 3 competitors, all had 8 wins out of a potential 9.
Right.
The only difference is Okada beat Styles in their one-on-one match, with Okada's one and only loss coming to Karl Anderson. So,
very interesting. Very interesting. And like you said, Ashton, earlier, that's where your intrigue is, because Okada and Karl Anderson are bound to meet each other again at this year's G1 Climax. Will it be the same story?
And actually, now that I'm looking, it looks like last year's tournament actually had blocks of 11. 2 blocks of 11 last year, and it looks like Okada's losses, he had 2 of them, were to Anderson and also Naito, whereas AJ Styles, as we know, lost to Okada, but then his other loss was to Naito. So Naito picked up wins last year against Okada and Styles, but he only, at the end of the day, he only had 10 points. So those were 2 of only 5 wins out of a potential 10 that he had. So Naito had a really weird year last year at G1, but Okada and Styles, despite losing to him, still ended up with the most total points, with Okada having been the block winner due to the head-on-head matchup.
And absolutely, and now look at this now. Okada getting the better of the forearms, but now Honma fires back. Off the ropes is Honma, and another forearm. They're beautiful, and Honma getting fired up.
I was waiting for Honma to start hitting his head. He wants that Kakashi here soon.
Absolutely. And look at that, the sledge right on the back of Okada. And what would it do for the confidence of Honma if he could pull the upset, in my mind, of the century and beat the IWGP Heavyweight Champion? And there's a slam down there, and he's going for it.
He wants it.
He's going for it, and
he always misses the first one unless he tries it really late in the match.
Absolutely, and Okada, I don't think, appreciated that, and now kick to the gut there, and what a DDT!
DDT just spiked him onto the ground.
Absolutely, and now look at Okada trying to pick Honma up here. I don't know what Okada's thinking about. He's picking up Honma slowly. Now he just kind of tosses him out of the ring.
Crowd chanting Honma here.
Yeah, I mean, Honma's become such a fan favorite in New Japan.
Yeah.
And I mean, Okada, hey, we can't deny it. The kid's arrogant. But I mean, I think I'd be arrogant too if I was the world champion. And
it's worth noting, I believe that 8 is actually the highest number of wins anybody's ever gotten in a G1 of a round-robin format.
Well, I mean, potentially this year we could finally see somebody win all 9 of their matches. I mean, I doubt it.
How crazy would that be, though? That's what I'm saying, too, because, last year, like we said, Nakamura, Okada, and Styles all won 8 matches, but that was in blocks of 11. So they still could afford to lose 2 matches in the tournament. If anyone loses 2 matches in this tournament, they only have 7 wins.
Exactly.
So,
and,
so in order to beat that bar, that 8-win bar, that somebody needs to go undefeated this year if anyone's going to beat it.
Absolutely, and Right now, I'd say my pick for that, in all honesty, would be AJ Styles. But I mean, you look at the other guys that share that 2-0 record with him. I mean, Tanahashi, to name just the other really big name in the room.
That's the big one. That's the elephant in the room, Tanahashi.
Yeah,
And that's something else I was thinking about. I wonder what would happen if Tanahashi and Okada ended up winning their respective blocks.
yeah. You gotta wonder about that.
Especially
You know,
because then if Okada wins, what's left for him to do?
exactly. I mean, then who does he pick as
Yeah.
his opponent? That's a very good point, Ashton. And I think it's one
He
we
could
definitely
even
need
pick
to
a
consider.
stablemate. He could even pick Shinsuke Nakamura. They're both in chaos. Why not go with the stablemate to ensure that the winner is still a friendly competitor?
Absolutely, and beautiful rear chin lock here by Okada, and he makes the switch. It's almost like the
Into,
straitjacket
yeah, straitjacket hold.
with the knee in the back.
And
Beautiful.
I genuinely think Sasha Banks is a New Japan mark now, just because, like, really, now we were just talking about her, like, taking stuff from Shinsuke. Now we see Okada using a straitjacket hold. It really makes you think.
Well, I mean, we did see that one photo that one time of her doing the too sweet sign with Finn,
Well,
and that was the most adorable image ever. So yeah, I think Sasha Banks has a deep appreciation for Japanese wrestling, particularly New Japan. And Hanma does get to the ropes. He finds relief.
but Okada is not going to let up. Here's the thing with Okada. There's something really strange about a guy who's absolutely brutal, but still can go so slowly in between his brutal offensive maneuvers.
Absolutely, I feel like this Okada match more than most has been very methodical on the part of the champion.
Well, I
You know,
think it's because also he's almost playing heel in this case because there's nobody that's going to get cheered over Honma. Honma is like the most over babyface in this promotion.
absolutely. And now Hanma gonna try and fight back. There was a chop to the chest, another chop. But Okada just eating it. He's like, come on, is that all you got, Hanma? Come on, Hanma. And there's another chop by Hanma. Hanma being the aggressor here, but one knee from Okada, and then the elbow right to the back of the head.
That's all it takes. Honma musters up all this power and then all this offense, and Honma just doesn't quite stand up to Okada's two single moves. Take him down. Now Okada
Absolutely.
tosses Honma into the corner here, twists the arm a little bit, and he's going to whip him
For
into
the
the opposite.
Irish whip. And oh, God, and now Hanma. Hanma moves out of the way, though. I think Okada was thinking the elbow.
It looked like Okada wanted a back elbow, but he ended up back elbowing the turnbuckle pad.
And I guarantee you that turnbuckle pad's going to win every single time.
Yeah,
And now Hanma fighting back here. Could it be a suplex?
it looks
No,
like he wants
Okada
a
kind of
fisherman.
stalling it here.
He might just have to deadlift Okada.
And I think he's trying to here, but Okada showing resistance. Oh, God. Oh, oh,
Oh my!
oh, God. Okada's still trying to resist. I don't know if he can have much choice in the
Oh,
matter.
Okada!
There
Oh, but
it is.
Honma gets him up and over. Unbelievable. The strength from Tomoaki Honma is absolutely phenomenal.
Hanma feeding off this crowd, the energy in this arena, and
Man,
perhaps the
Honma,
dire nature of his situation.
if Honma ever wins the IWGP World Championship, that is going to shatter the roof off of whatever building he does it in.
Absolutely, without question. I mean, again, the resiliency, the heart, the will to win of Hanma cannot be denied. And what a forearm in the corner there to
Well, and
Okada and then the Bulldog.
let's not ignore the elephant in the room here. Oh, Kakashi! He hit the Kakashi!
He got it.
But as I was saying, let's not ignore the elephant in the room here. If Honma wins this match, you would think he would be owed an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match.
That's certainly true. That's what we've been saying about every champion in New Japan. If they lose any match in this tournament, you have to figure that the person who bested them in that contest
Beautiful.
would be in
Honma
line
sits
for
into
the
a
title
half
shot.
grab, and he really has it sunk in deep.
Absolutely, but
Oh, but
Okada
Okada
here.
reverses a little bit. Yeah, he lifted some of the pressure off a little bit, but then he lost strength in his arms and fell right back down.
Absolutely. I didn't think I'd see Okada in such a vulnerable position, but again, trying to alleviate some of the pressure. He's on his hands here, and he gets there. He gets there.
Honma has to
Hanma
let
having to make the
like that.
break. And I know Hanma's a fan favorite, but I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't have held it against him if he held on to that crab a little bit longer than he was supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait until the ref gets to 4 and 99 100ths.
Exactly. And now Hanma off the ropes there. Flapjack by
Beautiful
Okada.
flapjack from Okada. Just
Great height.
drops Hanma on his own face and chest and just everything up front.
Absolutely. And Okada now getting in position. Hanma in the opposite corner. Okada charges, and there's
Beautiful
the elbow.
elbow. There it is. That's what he wanted earlier, and he ended up connecting with the pad. Okada going for a backdrop maybe or a dominator, but Honma reverses. What is this?
And now Okada. What a hold.
Beautiful. Almost like an Indian deathlock face lock.
Absolutely. Beautiful. And that's got to be excruciating for Honma.
I'm going to call this the crossface Indian deathlock, or the Indian deathlock crossface even.
Absolutely. The Indian deathlock crossface by Okada. I've never seen a hold like that, and I've been watching. I mean, I love technical wrestling. You know
Dude,
that.
that's
I've never
literally
seen
like the 5th time over the course of the last week that one of us has said, "Oh, I've never seen that before."
I mean, New Japan just keeps raising the bar. What can
They're
we
so
say?
innovative. Yeah, it's really innovative stuff.
And Honma does get to the ropes, and I would have been tapping like a baby, so all the respect in the world to Honma.
Well, then we almost have to kind of bring it back to what I was saying on day one. When somebody locks a submission in, how long are you willing to let that submission kind of do its work before you decide that it's better to just preserve your body so that you can win more matches down the road?
Oh, look at Honma slides through, tries to get the waist lock, follows through with Okada. There's the elbow. Now off the ropes.
Headbutt?
What a clothesline.
Beautiful lariat.
Oh, man, and Honma here. This could be the opening. This could be the moment. I feel like Honma has something to prove tonight. He's in there with the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. I think he wants to prove that he belongs in the ring with the IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
I'm actually looking here, and that it's a kneeling, cross-legged STF, and he calls it red ink.
Ah. We'll have to remember that for his future matches in the tournament if we see it again.
Yeah.
Because the red ink, I mean, that was just stretching Honma every which way. And now look at this. We're going back to exchanging soup bones, the underdog and the champion. Who's going to show some give here?
Again, it comes back to who's going to change it up and go for a kick or an uppercut or something different.
Absolutely. And then neither guy, I think Okada may be the one to do what you're thinking about, Ashton, but it remains to be seen. And Okada
challenging Honma to hit him harder, and he goes for the uppercut. There it is. That's what I was talking about earlier. One uppercut, and Honma's on his hands and knees. Ladies and gentlemen, anytime you see wrestlers exchanging forearms or punches or anything like that, whichever one decides to change it up is the one with the advantage. So if you ever get into the wrestling business, don't get into one of those exchanges. Do something different.
Absolutely.
That's my advice for wrestlers.
and that's a third uppercut there from Okada.
And Honma. He's really taking it to Honma right now. Again, though, it's worth.
Oh, what a slap!
Slow, methodical style of Okada here. Almost got taken advantage of there by Honma with that slap. Now Okada reverses, goes for the drop kick, but Honma. Oh, he hits the Kakashi. Is he going to go for another Kakashi? Another. Oh, no, a blockbuster.
A seated blockbuster there. Cover, and Okada kicks out, but that slap by Honma as if to say, don't disrespect me. Don't look past me. And now, could it be the tombstone? Could it be? No. Okada shifting the weight.
Okada wants the tombstone. Okada might get him up into a tombstone.
But look at Honma with the
knees to the head.
What an innovative counter there by Honma.
Absolutely. That was brilliant.
And now, but the boot there by Okada.
Very smart.
Oh, he caught the arm. Honma caught the arm. Brainbuster! Beautiful. Into the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And then it kicks out. But I got to say, that looked like a slow count to me by the referee.
A little bit, yeah.
And Honma now, he's going to have to stay on the champion. He can't get frustrated.
No, he really can't afford to. Picks up Okada, drops him down. Nice scoop slam there. He wants a top rope Kakashi.
If he hits it, it's over. But I think he's giving Okada too much time to recover. He's really posturing to the fans here. I know he's a fan favorite, but Honma's got to think about the win. And Okada, what a drop kick.
Oh, Okada didn't get quite as much air there as he usually gets, but he still landed it right square in the chest of Honma.
Absolutely, Honma hung up on the ropes.
Driven just all the air out of Honma's lungs on that.
Absolutely, Honma all tied up here. And we'll see now what Okada can do. Oh, he takes Honma off the ropes into the fireman's carry position. Oh, wow!
Death Valley Driver, beautiful.
Almost into like a neck breaker. 1, 2, and Honma kicks out. Wow. Honma not to be denied, but now Okada. Oh, God, the neck breaker there.
You want to talk about softening someone's neck up? I don't think your neck really needs to be all that softened up in order for the Rainmaker to be effective, but when it is, it's that much more effective.
I mean, Honma, he's as tough as they come. He's a scrapper. But, I mean, nobody...
Oh, are we going to get a Rainmaker pose here?
I think he may be gesturing for it. No, maybe not.
Pile driver first. He wants that tombstone first.
Yeah, he put his fists together. So yeah, you're right. I think he realizes that if I get the tombstone here, then the Rainmaker will be a breeze. And I think Honma knows it, so he's trying to resist. I guess really showing resistance in those legs, kicking off so that he can not really quite get the positioning that he wants. Honma, I think, is going to try and power through. And look at that there, the elbows, I think, to the side of Okada. There's a headbutt there.
Headbutt, yeah. Headbutts from Honma are always going to be more effective than just about anyone other than Pacific Island. But what a drop kick! Okada hits that beautiful drop kick, nails Honma square in the head, going to the top rope. What's Okada doing here from the top rope? A beautiful elbow drop. The athleticism displayed by Okada here, and the Rainmaker pose. He's going to forego. He's going to forego the tombstone for that elbow drop, I'm assuming, and now he wants that Rainmaker.
I don't know if that's wise, but that elbow drop looked like it drove all the air out of Honma. Rainmaker, headbutt!
Oh, headbutt, Kakashi!
Headbutt!
That was an amazing counter to the Rainmaker.
Oh my God, Okada, all the air drawn out of him with that headbutt. Are you kidding me right now? Honma's feeling it, dude. Honma's feeling it.
Scoop slam? No.
Next. Oh! Fire Thunder Driver! Fire Thunder Driver! Look at the leg! Oh, what a kick out!
Okada kicks out, but just barely.
Oh my God!
I mentioned 99 100ths earlier. That count was about 2 and 99 100ths.
Good God, I thought we were about to see the upset of the century, but the top rope Kakashi, and oh, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
Tomoaki Honma might be part mercury or part lead because he drops so hard when he goes for that top rope Kakashi. It's amazing.
Well, that's why that the receiver of those headbutts are always in such agonizing pain.
Yeah.
But Okada had enough awareness to move out of the way. And ladies and gentlemen, my heart is in my throat. I thought Honma was going to have this thing, but this is exactly why Okada is the world champion, because in big match situations like this, he is on his A game. And now, another drop kick. Back of the head.
Sends Honma into the turnbuckle pad. He might go for the... Yeah, he's going for the tombstone here.
Oh, Honma though still!
Fought out of it. Goes for a pin. One, two. Okada kicks out. Barely.
Again,
there's beautiful uppercut. Headbutt to the back.
Headbutt to the back.
Honma still has fight, man. I'm surprised. Normally after he misses that top rope Kakashi, he's completely worn out. But he wants another headbutt here. Missile headbutt. He misses, though. Okada grabs him. German suplex into the bridge, maybe. No, he didn't bridge it quite right. He wants another German, though. Oh, Rainmaker!
It's over. One, two, three.
Beautiful.
God.
Oh my God. Kazuchika Okada is now 2-0.
That was brilliant by Okada. Get the German, but maintain the waistlock positioning. Get your opponent primed for the Rainmaker. He did just that with Honma, but dude, what a performance from Honma.
That might be the first Okada match that we've seen that he did not hit the tombstone in.
Absolutely. Honma refused to let Okada get that tombstone off on him. And Okada,
man, what a match.
Honma. And you have to imagine that Honma earned Okada's respect here.
Oh my goodness. Do you have any idea how badly I want to see Okada in an NXT ring right now?
Absolutely.
Good Lord.
The kid is bred for success. He's the IWGP World Champion. And matches like that are exactly why. What an effort from Honma, but just not enough to knock out the Rainmaker Okada.
At only 27 years old.
Absolutely. He's as good as it gets, folks.
He is.
I'm telling you. You can talk about your... What were we going to say, Ashton?
Incredible. I was just saying he's absolutely incredible, John. He's amazing.
Absolutely, Ashton. I mean, you talk about your WWE guys, you talk about your ROH guys. None of that here, because to me, this is where Okada reigns. And Tanahashi better take notice. Everybody better take notice, because if Okada can win this tournament, he gets his pick of the litter. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, great, I get a world title shot. But that's the man you got to go through to win it. And that's no easy task.
Absolutely. And now, as usual, the winner of the main event match is going to get a good, 15 minutes. Looks like this video he's only going to get about 8. But When it's Tanahashi, he usually gets like a friggin' half hour to celebrate the win. But regardless, Okada with an amazing victory over Tomoaki Honma. All the respect in the world to Honma. Put up an amazing fight. But ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our Day 4 coverage of the G1 Climax 2015. We will see you not necessarily only for G1 2015 Day 5 tomorrow, but for ROH Death Before Dishonor 13 live reactions later today, and then tonight, Ring of Honor Television, Twitwow.